Hey everyone, hope you're all okay. Just another P challenge sort of exercise that you can do from home that I'm going to set this morning for you. Following on from the return of football last week and this weekend, I'm going to sort of give it a bit of a football theme. Don't worry if you haven't got a football, you can do it with a few different objects depending on sort of your level of ability. If you class yourself as you're good at football and want a challenge, you can do it with a tennis ball or a smaller size ball or football. If you want to make it a little bit easier for you, you can even use a balloon or something that floats a little bit better than your standard football. Okay, so the different challenges that I'm going to do, okay, we're going to start off and begin with a dead easy version of keepy ups, kick ups. Okay, so to begin with, all I want you to do, okay, is bounce the ball on the floor, kick it and catch it. Bounce the ball on the floor, kick it up in the air and catch it. Okay, your aim is to try and do that 10 times. Try and practice with your other foot if you can. So all you're doing is drop it on the floor, and as it comes up, kick it up in the air and catching it, okay? Try and do that 10 times to begin with. And then following on from that, what we're going to try and do is throwing the ball and don't let it bounce now, and kicking it and catching it, okay? So without letting the ball bounce on the floor, all you're doing is dropping it out of your hands and catching it again, okay? And then try and do it with your weaker foot, and try and do 10 of those again, okay? Then the next step we're going to do is try and build it up to 2 at a time. Okay, so it's getting harder and harder. Maybe not everybody can get to this level, but if you can, brilliant. So the next one is 1, 2, and then catch. 1, 2, and then catch. Okay? Try and do it with your other foot if you can. If you want to try and keep your foot in the air, that's fine, or you need to put your foot down, that's also fine. Try and do 10 of those. The next aim is a real challenge, so I'll be really impressed if anybody can do this, is 10 keepy ups, kick ups in one go, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you can do that, that's brilliant. The next challenge, if you get this far, you're doing amazing, is to try and work on alternate feet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that is really good if you can get that far. If you're at that point where you can do 10 with alternate feet, you should really be testing yourself and try and use a smaller ball. If you can do 10 on alternate feet with a tennis ball, you're very good at football. Okay, so the next exercise that we can do is try and keep your foot in the air the whole time without touching the floor. So a little bit like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then also try and do it with your weaker foot again. This can also be done with different balls as well, obviously, like I've just mentioned, a tennis ball, a smaller ball, but if you can do it with a rugby ball, that's impressive.